this week. Again, I overtraded again. So that might not be one of the most amazing videos, especially that it will be pretty raw, talking about my feelings, but I want to document this, what have I done, and try to learn from my mistakes and try to not overtrade again. So you might not be very interested in it, but I hope it will help my future self to learn from my mistakes and not do them again, and as well see my progress, as this is Viola's trading diary. So, well, what happened? Actually, I'm still asking myself this question, as it is not easy to figure it out like your own psychology. I definitely, for last couple of weeks, I think 3-4 weeks, I'm extremely focused on platinum, comparing when in May I was mostly focused on gold and oil, and I was just really focusing on the strategy, sticking to 1 hour time frame, finding those free touch point breaks, and holding for a long time because it was 7-10 hours. And suddenly when I started to jump into platinum, like everything completely changed. So that is definitely a huge mistake that I should work on. And what is the worst, I overtraded 2 days in a row. It wasn't just one day. The second day I tried to stick to the rules in platinum again, and suddenly, like when I got again another loss, it just rolled over like a snowball, and that wasn't good either. I wrote a couple of things in my notebook what happened, and I also pointed out the days when overtrading happened, and it was 10th of June, 13th of June, and 3rd and 4th of July. And on the 10th of June and 3rd of June, I had got those bad trades at the beginning of the day, which was on the 10th of June. A bad trade for me was minus $340. I was not able to swallow that kind of big loss. While on the 3rd of June, it was minus $550, which is a lot. And I thought that as I was backtesting it, I knew that like I need to give wiggle room to platinum and I would be okay with 100 ticks of loss. I thought I am okay with that, but seems like my psychology actually wasn't okay, and I felt a bit hopeless with platinum. Like I'm trying to really make it work for such a long time, and on the 3rd of July, at the beginning, it was going on plus. It was $200 in plus, but then it went to the drawdown, and that wasn't even so painful. I kind of swallowed that loss. However, then when the price broke the trend line to the other direction, it spiked up when I reversed the position, and my stop loss was just on minus $180, and it hit it like immediately. When I changed my position, I had to still manually adjust a stop loss and take profit, and that with minus $550 gave me the loss of minus $700 actually $30. Minus $730 was too big, and I started to jump time frames. And this is, I think, like my problem with platinum, that I was trading it and I know that I was good with a lower time frames. I'm trying to adjust all the instrument to the same time frame. So if I'm more profitable on gold and oil on 1 hour time frame, then I'm trying also to move platinum to 1 hour time frame, and I still will try to do that. I'm not sure if that's a good idea yet, but we will see. But after such a big loss, I literally panicked. And that's also not good that I'm panicking every time when I'm seeing my account on a drawdown. With the evaluation account, it was pretty easy because with 2 free trades, I got to something like $50,400, $500. So I had got those amounts of money that I could like get those losses, and that gains that I got from like those first 3 trades were covering my losses, while here nothing is covering my losses. So as you remember from last video, I literally got out of the drawdown. Well, I'm back again on the drawdown, and yeah, that minus $730 when I saw it, like it's way too much for me, and I started to panic, like how to get out of it like as fast as possible. And I started to jump the time frames. I started to go like to 15-minute time frame to find a setup, then to 5-minute. Actually, the move which happened was so fast that I literally like jumped to 5-minute time frame, 1-minute time frame, which is the worst idea ever. I mean, like you're literally like trying to find a trade when there is literally no good setup, because you're just forcing the lines to work. So that was one huge mistake, and obviously more setups means more mistakes, more possibilities of having losing trades, and as well as I wrote, bigger fees, because on the first day when I got out of the trade I was minus 200, I think $40, but minus $100 was just fees. I could have taken one trade and have a fee of like $2, but because I took so many trades, I had got minus $100 of just fees. So that's insane, and that's also the reason why I should not trade so much. And yes, minus $250, it's kind of my standard loss that I can encounter on one trade. So instead of having 31 trades and stressing out and like pushing for finding the trades, I could have actually take just one trade and get the loss, but I haven't done it. So instead of taking A+ setups, I just took mediocre setups, which led me to losses, gains, a lot of juggling with my emotions. And jumping into the setups on the lower time frames, it doesn't make sense, because at the end of the day, you're ending up with the same gains and the same losses, because on the higher time frames, you are allowing the price to make a bigger move, while on the lower time frames, you're just like taking those super small setups. So that's why I should really stick to the higher time frame and make it work. I'm not saying that lower setups are bad. I mean, I was trading on 5-minute time frame. I wasn't successful because I was over trading, that's true. However, if someone is taking 3-4 trades per day and is successful, then okay. But if someone is starting to overtrade, then it's creating quite a huge problem. And I really thought that I'm out of this rabbit hole, that I left these habits from January far behind me. But seems like fighting with platinum for last 3-4 weeks and bending the strategy, as I'm way better with the strategy and following the rules with oil and gold. However, oil and gold haven't done anything for last 3 weeks, that I got so fixated about platinum and trying to find the setups that yeah, led me to so many mistakes, that now I need to somehow deal with it, that I'm again minus $600 on the drawdown again, and again I need to recover from that drawdown, and it is on my funded account. And apart from the panic that I had after being on a drawdown and overtrading, what hit me a lot, especially on the 3rd of July, was actually the FOMO and the greed. So after the first half of the day, I managed to rescue myself from minus $700 to plus 100. And I said to myself, yeah, that's okay. I am leaving 100 plus. I mean, that's amazing. I recovered. And after I made a long exercise routine and I prepared lunch, and finally I felt peaceful in mind. But then afterwards, unfortunately, I looked again at the charts, and as in the morning the price wanted to break a really like 4 touch point trend line on platinum, which is holding for I think like 1 or 2 months, the price again started to test that trend line, and I got such a huge FOMO that if I will miss that move, that was the move that I was really waiting for. And That's why I started to jump again on a trade, just like to not miss it out on that amazing move. And guess what? This move never happened, which means that I was trying to short when the price was bouncing up and going against me. So at the end, I started to lose more money again. And at the end of the day, I think at the beginning of the day, I had got 19 trades. I ended up with another 12 trades, ending up with 31 trades, unfortunately. And yeah, that was very hard, especially that at the end of the day, I was back on the loss. Fortunately, not as a big loss as at the beginning of the day, but it was still minus $250. And on the 4th of July, when there's a holiday in US, I decided that I will trade only with the European session in the morning, and I will try to really find the setup, do only one trade, and keep it calm to the strategy. And yes, there was a break of a trend line, and I took very fast the short position. And from the previous day, as you can guess already, I was having a short bias. So when the short happened, I was very happy. But I very fast closed it with only like $50 of a profit. And then I was waiting for the retest, as I am pretty good with the retests on Platinum. And the retest happened, I entered, and well, the price went a bit further up. However, I didn't place my stop loss on the other side of the safety line, and well, I got out with minus, I think, $220, which gave me at the end like minus 170 for a day. And obviously, as always, the price literally reversed after touching with the wick my stop loss. And yeah, I got again FOMO that I'm missing out on such a move, that now definitely the price will go for this like tested, I think 4, 5, 6 times trend line. Obviously it didn't. However, it went down, but then afterwards it reversed. And because it was my another red day, 3 red days in a row, I again decided like whatever, I will just try to rescue it. I again started to jump time frames. I went to 15-minute to 5-minute time frame, and that day I think I placed 21 trades, which is again a lot, and being stressed for the whole day. The worst part is that I was having this bias and I was shorting and shorting and shorting, until I realized that actually like the price is reversing to 1,400 level, and started to finally like put some longs. But then I lost within that day minus $500. And this 21 stupid trades, especially that they were done on the day where the volume was so small, brought me to the minus $600 drawdown on my funded account. So again, I'll need to again try to get out of the drawdown and slowly build back my account. So instead of like accumulating my money and making smart moves, I just literally went crazy. So as you already know what happened, and I'm still trying to figure it out what emotions drive that, I will tell you more what I'm thinking to do to avoid this in the future. And it is very psychological thing, and it is very hard to just switch off, especially when you are trading and overtrading on 5-minute and 1-minute time frame for 2 years, until kind of January, when I started to go further to 15-minute and 1-hour time frame. But those habits are still there, and those trained muscles how to jump into the trades are still there, and I really need to reprogram myself and get more comfortable with that 1 hour. I saw that it was working on gold and oil, and I just need to make it work now with platinum. So one, and I think the most important thing that I realized that I need to do is to literally create another evaluation account, completely separate account, that I will be just taking the trades on platinum, and then I can accept that risk of $500 loss, especially that my trades on gold and oil were never having a risk of minus 500. They were always maximum minus 300. Still, actually, I was keeping the risk there with minus $150, which is completely not comparable to platinum. That's why I think whenever I was seeing like those bigger drop downs and those bigger losses on platinum on that account, I was literally freaking out, because platinum trades were completely not comparable to gold and oil trades, and I was still too scared to increase those ones to the same values. So creating a separate evaluation account for platinum will keep safe my funded account, and I will just place the safe trades on gold and oil and build my account back, while I will be able to test platinum and minus $500 trades there. So I will still not miss out on the platinum trades, just I will have got two separate accounts for different instruments. I will still try to stay with 1 hour time frame on platinum, especially that jumping time frames for different instruments. It will also not work in a longer run, because then probably I will start jumping also time frames with gold or oil, which is not a great idea. I want to stay definitely on 1 hour time frame for those. And something that I was already saying so many times, I just need to get more comfortable with being on a drawdown. I mean, this is the part of trading, and obviously always we will have got some losses. So it is okay if I will be suddenly a bit on the minus. Just the most important thing is that I need to have those losses small, and if I'm seeing them, don't panic and don't overtrade and not trying to rescue myself. Then afterwards there is another day, and another day I can try again, but don't place trades again. Just I should close this laptop and just go swimming, exercising, do completely different things than just staring on the screens and trying to find solutions and rescue myself. Also, I need to establish what is my maximum loss per day and keep it like that. And I think for the gold and oil account it will be minus $300, while for the platinum is minus 500. And you can actually set the maximum daily loss in Tradeovate, and this is my broker that I'm trading with, Apex account, and that will automatically kick me out whenever I will get to the maximum daily loss. Obviously this is a bit scary, because when I'm setting it up, maybe on this first trade I need to give a bit more wiggle room, or maybe I want to take a second trade but my risk is minus 200 and I already have got minus $170 from the first trade, so I cannot take this trade. And I need to be okay with that I will not be able to take any more trades, for example, if I will have got too big losses during the day. And the same thing I need to keep in the evaluation account for platinum, where my maximum loss will be minus $500. And I think I will allow $50 for each account, so it will be minus $350 and minus $550. Just to give that wiggle room, because the fees are also incorporated in those, and there might be like literally like some kind of like small jump and it will kick me out automatically. So I will give that $50 of wiggle room while setting those limits in Tradeovate, but psychologically I cannot go any lower than those two numbers. And obviously it will be very hard to not switch it off in Tradeovate, especially that you can do it just like manually, like you can enter there and say, no, I'm switching it off for today, I want to trade more. And I done that before, and that will be hard, but yeah, I need to stick to the rules. I need to have rules, I need to follow them, otherwise, I mean, I will not be a professional trader. And with that being said, this is my not amazing review of the week. A lot of things that I need to really work on, especially sticking to the rules, sticking to this 1, 2, maybe 3 maximum trades per day and not 30 trades, because this is literally ridiculous. And as my friend, and she's also a trader, asked me, How the hell did you manage to find 30 setups within one day? Like, this is insane. I mean, yeah, you can, but you're literally breaking all the rules. I hope you still enjoyed that very honest video and learned something from my very big mistakes. And hopefully see you soon in the next video, hopefully with way better trades. See ya! Bye!